Hello everybody. Candlelighting this evening is 7:47. A couple of days ago we celebrated an amazing holiday. It's known as Tu B'Av, or the 15th of the month of Av. Basically it's known as a minor holiday, but according to the Talmud it's much more than a minor holiday. As a matter of fact, the Talmud says that the 15th of Av and Yom Kippur were known as the greatest days of the year for the Jewish people. Days of great meaning, great celebration, and great joy. Now we understand Yom Kippur, that's one of the greatest days of the year. It's the holiest day of the year, and it's a day where God forgives all our sins. It's a very powerful day. But how do we understand the 15th of Av? So the rabbis explain that the Jewish people, we are compared to the moon. Just like the moon gets bigger and smaller each month, bigger and smaller, in the same way, the Jewish people, if you look at Jewish history, you see how the Jewish people, we've had good times, very good times, and we've had times, unfortunately, that were not very good at all. Bigger and smaller. The 15th of the month, however, that represents the Jewish people on the highest level. So when there's a full moon, that's an indication of the greatness of the Jewish people. So the question is, every month there's the 15th of the month. As a matter of fact, if you look at the month of Nisan, the 15th of Nisan is the first day of the holiday of Pesach, where we celebrate our exodus from Egypt, freedom from slavery. And the 15th of Tishrei, we celebrate the holiday of Sukkot, where God did so many miracles for us in the desert. So can you say that the 15th of the month of Av is greater even than the 15th of Nisan and the 15th of Tishrei, when we celebrate these great holidays? And the Rebbe says, in a way, yes. And the Rebbe explains that what makes the 15th of Av such a great day is because it comes right after Tisha B'Av. A few days after the saddest day of the year, we celebrate the 15th of Av because it comes right after Tisha B'Av. That means that it's the descent. Tisha B'Av was the saddest day of the year. That was the greatest descent ever for the Jewish people. It was a day that we lost the Holy Temple, the holiest structure in the world was taken away from us. So how do we understand that just because it comes after Tisha B'Av, it becomes such a great and special day? And we could understand this through the fact of the soul that makes its descent into this world. A soul finds itself in Shemayim, in Gan Eden, and it basks in godliness, revealed godliness. And we cannot even truly understand what does it mean to be in a world of revealed godliness. Excuse me. But then God says to the soul, all right, it's time for you to go down into this world. It goes down into a dark world, into a body of flesh and blood, a world where this evil. Godliness is totally concealed. This is the greatest possible descent for the soul. In the Hasidic writings, it says it's coming down from a very, very high level, possibly the highest of levels, to the lowest level of all. And that's a terrible descent for the soul. But when the soul finishes its life and mission on this world and it comes back, it doesn't go back to where it came from. It goes back to a much higher level, because all the mitzvahs and the Torah that it studied brings it to a level that the soul could never ever possibly reach on its own had it not descended into this world. So the purpose of the descent was really for the ascent. That means, in other words, that the destruction of the Holy Temple on Tisha B'Av was actually God setting the stage for the tremendous ascent and the tremendous elevation that would come afterwards. That would eventually be the building of the third temple on that very spot where the two temples stood. So now we can understand that it's because of Tisha B'Av that you have such a descent So therefore, the fullness of the moon on this month, the month of Av, following Tisha B'Av, is an ascent of the greatest measure. And therefore, we hope and wait for the day that we will actually witness the coming of Mashiach to take us out of exile and bring us to the land of Israel and build a third temple, and we hope that that will be right now. Have a very meaningful and joyous Shabbos.